The Fantastic Four, First Steps. I hope that light isn't shining directly in my eyeball. So yeah, overall, this movie is a movie. This is the newest entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. Overall, I haven't really had great expectations going into any Marvel project, and most of them for the past several years now have been largely disappointing. I haven't seen all of them because I kind of lost faith. But the more recent outings have been getting notoriety online, and that's cool. It seemed like a lot was hinging on this movie in particular because of the recent release of Superman. This was kind of like supposed to be the if Marvel messes this up, then we're done. That's kind of like the narrative that it seemed like this movie had online. Overall, I can say I'm completely divorced from any care about the Marvel Cinematic Universe in that way. Just give me like a good movie, you know? So yeah, this was my kind of like first jump back into the MCU for a while. I think this movie is actually a step in the right direction for Marvel. It's competent. The production design is really great. It has like that like retro futuristic look to it. To sum it up here, this is kind of a different universe than like the typical MCU. It takes place in a different universe, so there's no baggage with like any of the other movies. So I think that's actually pretty great. I think I enjoy that a lot more. I know it's not going to stay like that past anything from this movie. I bet this is the only movie that they do that with, which is unfortunate, but I like that it's a standalone movie. You can just watch this movie without having seen any of the other stuff, and you'll be fine because it's completely detached until it's not. One thing I can definitely say that I like about this is there's no cameos or whatever. You know, movies like Deadpool and Wolverine, that movie relies on the cameos. There's no other reason to watch the movie because there's no movie there. It's just cameos. That's the movie. But here, there are no cameos. There are cameos with like the original actors, as far as I've heard. I actually didn't recognize any of them. The original actors that played the Fantastic Four in like the older movies, but they're like all like 70 now or whatever. They cameo in here apparently. I don't know where, but they do. So anyway, as far as the plot, yeah, it takes place in a different universe, and the Fantastic Four has been established for a few years now. Now they're facing up against Galactus, a planet-eating giant who is gonna eat Earth. Gonna eat Earth next. Earth is on the menu, and the Fantastic Four have to cobble their little brains together to figure out how to stop that. It feels like there's some amount of stakes here. Obviously, it's still a Marvel movie, but there's stakes. There's stakes that are felt a little bit. So I call that a win. If the MCU held this standard from here on out, you know, it's not amazing. It's not fantastic. Just kidding. I'm actually not. I'm editing that out. I don't know. This isn't really. I wouldn't see this as like a game changer or anything. I think the direction that they go here is good, and I want to see more. I want to see more of this, and also of these characters. The chemistry between these characters, I actually felt. You actually feel it. It feels like they actually care about each other. It feels like they're a family. You know, they have like banter that feels like genuine. There's good character writing, and I like the characters. I like all the characters here. I think all four of them are pretty good. Obviously, some of them get underused, I guess is the word. I don't know. Is that the word? Just not used that much. The thing, like, this dude's not used really that much at all. He doesn't get a lot to do, but he's there. Okay, I said all the positives now, so we're gonna get into the stuff that I can bitch about. So overall, there's not like a ton. Like I feel like I don't have like an overwhelmingly negative like thesis on this or anything. There are a couple things that like just really stood out to me, and that's like the music. It feels overbearing in a lot of scenes, which is kind of like distracting and kind of like takes me out of it. It's like, oh, you're watching a movie. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. Another thing is like the editing. I don't know what happened here. This thing is under 2 hours though, which is a godsend, bro. Holy shit. A lot of the past Marvel things, it feels like they're like always over 2 hours, and I'm like, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. Not anymore. This one, it's just under 2 hours, which I think is fine. I think that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the sub 2 hours. I'll take it. But the editing is so, I guess I would just say it's very frantic editing. It feels like we're always keeping it moving. You know, we got that TikTok attention span. We got to keep it moving here. We don't really linger on anything for like too long before we're like, okay, we're moving on now to this like next thing. What I will say though is someone needs to get this guy a PR manager. The production design is honestly good enough to just like, that is the thing, you know, seeing this like retro future. It's really cool, and it looks good too. What I'll say though is like the Silver Surfer, I haven't really brought them up yet, but her CGI, the CGI of the Silver Surfer kind of looks like a video game. And overall, it's kind of cool. Galactus as a character, he is kind of like an imposing threat. Like you feel his like presence like on screen until he loses all of the aura. I think overall, I think this is a solid first step in the right direction for Marvel. I'm interested to see where it goes from here. Like, I don't know. I like these characters. I want to see these characters again. They were the most entertaining part of the movie, and I think just the character like again, I think it's really the character banter, the the interactions that they have, the production design. I think that those are what makes this movie worth seeing. The script itself is nothing special. Everything here culminates to being something okay, and that's all I could really ask for from Marvel at this point. So yeah, I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10. That is a positive rating. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down below. Like, comment, subscribe.